for our watercolor, the first thing I would do is use your color chart. So that way you have this as a reference. This is on the back of our Enjoy Life card. So it is named and it is in order with our watercolors. So I'm going to turn my watercolor this way so it can match my color chart. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to swatch these. So I've got my water, I'm going to use the brush that it came in it, and I'm going to start with just a little bit of water and go ahead and dip that in my paint. And this is going to be very pigmented to start with, so that's going to be like the most pigment is going to be at the top. And one nice thing to do on your swatch is see what it looks like when you kind of fade it out with water. There's my deep green. Next up, we'll go with turquoise. Fade that out as well, kind of try to fill in my area. It's really nice to have this swatch card, and when I have sets that don't come with one of these, I kind of make it my own because it's really nice to see what the colors actually look like on the paper. So we can see, like, especially this deep green looks a lot different from the pan to the paper. So there's my turquoise. Next we're going to try out Shamrock, which is an interesting name considering that it's a blue. Next we have our Prussian blue. Lots of nice blue varieties in here, which is awesome for landscapes and oceans and different areas. It's also nice that we have lots of different blues because usually blue is a color you run out of a lot if there's only one or two in the pan. So that's really nice that we have lots of different blues in this set. We have 24 different colors in this set, so we have a nice variety of primary colors and neutrals and some what we call convenience colors, so colors that we would normally have to mix if we have a smaller set, but we have them already mixed up for us, so if we need to just grab them real quick, they're nice and convenient, so that's why they're called convenience colors. And those are going to be our different colored browns and maybe even some, like, even all these different blues even. So that was our Prussian blue, and now we're onto our cobalt blue. Next we have ultramarine. Having a actual swatch card is a lot better than a printed one too, because you can actually see what the colors are. Next we'll do violet. It's also interesting to see which colors are easy to re-wet and which ones might be a little more difficult, like this violet's needed a little bit more water than some of the other colors. Next we have purple. This purple is a warm purple and the violet is a cool violet. some more convenience colors. Next we have gray. Burnt sienna. Burnt umber. It's going to be a cooler brown. Next we have black. It's always interesting to see how true the black is. The less water you have, the darker the colors will be. For white, we can try out mixing layer, but I like to do a pencil line on my swatch card for white so that I can see how opaque it is, how much color it shows through, that kind of stuff. If it has any coverage at all, this is takes a little bit more water to wake up as well, just like our purple. Next we have lemon yellow. Brilliant yellow. So it looks like we have a warm, at least a warm and a cool of each color, which is great. Yellow ochre. A color called flesh. Looks like it might be more of the flesh of an orange. Gambish. Orange. brilliant red. Crimson. Carmine. Carmine is named after a beetle that it used to be made after. Quite a bit of them are not anymore, but some of them still are. I believe it lives in Europe. I'm not, or Egypt, I mean, I'm not positive. A lot of colors used to be named after or made from crazy things that they're not anymore. For example, there's a bright green like this that we see in a lot of old artwork that used to be made from arsenic, which we know to be a poison. It'd be paint, clothes, rooms. Quite a few famous people died from arsenic poisoning when it was used to dye green things. This one is called Deep Green though. And last but not least, Brilliant Green, which reminds me more of like kind of like a peacock teal kind of color. So this is a great resource to keep with you when you're painting, when you're picking colors, and when you are trying to figure out what the colors truly look like from here to here. So sometimes I will trim this down so I can actually stick it right in my tin, or I will stick it right in my art box that I'm going to be keeping these tools with, but I would definitely make yours and keep it with you handy so that you can use it as a tool. And if you ever have a art kit or a painting kit that does not come with one already made for you like this one did, I also will make my own so that I can have it and refer back to it, especially for markers, color pencils, watercolor, but especially those wet medias like watercolor and markers. Have a great day.